Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you're perking good. So, Nathan, Jeffree Star's ex. Y'all have been asking me to do a reading on that for a little while. I've been hesitant to do it because in the other Dramageddon videos, Karmageddon videos, whatever, that I've done, and anytime Nate has come up in those, I've always gotten the same kind of information around it about he doesn't want to talk, he doesn't want to speak up, he's really not wanting to have to come forward with anything. And I kind of keep getting like there's things that he can't even say, and then there maybe are some things that he could say but he doesn't want to, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know how much we're going to be able to get today in this because that's kind of the extent that we've gotten before. Sometimes with certain questions, with certain topics, you just get a and that's how it works because I'll go ahead and say with tarot cards, you can't just use them for whatever you want and get whatever information you want out of them. You can ask anything that you want, but some questions are just not meant to get a whole lot out of them. So this could be one of those. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just saying that I got that kind of impression in my previous readings that we were kind of hitting a wall there in terms of the information that we were able to get back from that. I don't know why that is. I don't know if this is something that Nate doesn't want out and so he's got some kind of blocks and I can't penetrate that, or if there's something higher level spiritual going on. Don't know. So you know, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. But before we get into it, once again, I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive, and in these videos we do take a look at the tea with the tarot. So these videos are always meant to be helpful, never meant to be hateful. And if you're down with that, please join the family here. Please click and subscribe. We would love to have you. Let me get all set up over here. As usual, everything is all alleged. So I do want to throw that out there. But let's go ahead and get into shuffling and see if we can try our luck at getting something. Try to go at these with the utmost respect to whoever or whatever I'm doing a read on. So we'll see. I hope y'all are perking good because I've been perking under the weather here the last few days. You know, whenever you wake up and you have kind of that weird feeling in your throat. It's not like your throat is necessarily sore, and it's not that you necessarily feel sick, but you like feel something coming on, you know what I mean? That kind of a feeling. That is what I've been feeling for the last couple of days, so I'm trying not to overdo things in terms of how much stuff I gotta do, but just letting you know that's what's going on. Alright, so we've shuffled. Let's take a look at this. Let's roll up these sleeves and take a look at this. Okay, so Nathan Schwandt, as it relates to all of this stuff with Karmageddon, what he knows, what he doesn't know, what kind of involvement he had, what kind of involvement he didn't have, what's gonna happen next in relation to him. Let's just see what we've got. If we don't get hardly anything out of this, I may or may not even post this video, so we're just gonna give it a go and see. Okay. Yep. Gonna get some context on this. Okay. I'm gonna get context on all of this. On all of this. Let's just see. Y'all, if y'all been following these Dramageddon readings, you're seeing some stuff that you're like, yep, I'm used to seeing this come up. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, cards, one at a time here, one at a time here. Okay, I want a little more context here. Alright now, one at a time. You ain't coming out one at a time, I ain't gonna do it. You better quit jumping here. One at a time. Okay, and then an extra one on that. Okay. Whew. So, we got a lot going on here. With this is kind of talking about in terms of a serious situation with some reckless energy going on. He is wanting to really pull away from that intense reckless energy. He's not wanting to be a part of anything. I mean, we've seen this time and time again in these readings about letting go of the devil energy, letting go of the extremity, letting go of the negativity, moving past that, whatever. He doesn't want to be a part of that. He doesn't want to be associated with that for any number of reasons. That's what I'm seeing here. Let me get another card on it, see if we get anything further. Yeah, so ooh, that's kind of interesting because that has come up in one of his kinds of reads before. Yeah, see, here we go again. Okay, this is a card is saying because I already got out of that as it relates to this man. This is a very controlling and dominating man. It comes up a lot of times, and he's saying I already got out of that. I already broke free from that. I mean, look at this person. It's like, look at them. Kind of captive there, broke free. So it's like, you know, I'm out of that and I want to be out of that. Like, let me be out of that. Here we're looking at the moon upright. This is talking about hidden secrets, but when it's in the upright position, this means there are no guarantees that there will be any kind of reveal. If you get it like this, sure, okay, yeah, something big is coming out. But when you get it like this is like, I know some stuff and I really don't want to come out with it. Once again, he does know things. Sure, you're right. He knows things. He doesn't want to come out with it. So this is really just saying the same kinds of things so far that the other reads on him have said. And that was my guess is what was going to come up today. And again, part of my hesitancy for going. I mean, we'll keep looking, but he's not wanting to come out with anything. This is about not tanking careers and about not getting involved in careers and not messing up careers and stuff like that. I think that there's some kind of a way that if he were to speak out, he would take a huge hit in terms of finance, career, something of that nature. So there's some kind of like career or financial stability that he could lose by coming out, and he's not about to try that. He doesn't, or at least he doesn't want to. I'll say that. I'll say he doesn't want to go there. So, as it relates to something emotional, there's a decision that he's already feel like he had to make. There's a decision he already felt like he had to make. I know y'all are used to seeing this as a Shane Dawson card, and I don't know that it's possible this could be a Shane Dawson card here, but I don't know. Well, actually, here, let me pull some extra stuff, and I'll get to that. Hold on. Give me one more on each. Well, maybe it was Shane. Okay. Well then, I thought, you know, that this would stand for some of the other meanings of the Chariot, but when you pull more context, yes, I like context in these videos. When you pull some more context, you find out, actually we are talking about Shane Dawson. So when I did a reading, God knows which one it was, and Nate came up in a pile down here, and we pulled Shane Dawson on it, and I was saying, what does Shane have to do with this? Shane has in some way, you know, been in touch with him about something, and it could have been pre-breakup. Don't know if it was after breakup, but it could have been after the breakup, but there was some kind of something with Shane. Here we go again. It's like he's had some kind of emotional decision to make, and it looks like on one hand there's a decision that deals with Shane Dawson saying some information and Queen of Cups. So that's a Jeffree Star kind of card, you know, the Queen, and then Cups being like water sign and stuff like that. I have gotten that card for Jeffree Star in the past. So saying like there's some kind of information, and here's Shane in kind of a either bad or disadvantaged position with information that he knows that he doesn't, that information that Nate knows that he doesn't want to share, and then here's Jeffree in a actual decent position compared to Shane. So there's something here that he knows that could make Shane look worse than Jeffree in some ways. Not sure how that goes, but there's that. But then on this side we have the whole, once again, don't bite the hand that feeds, don't, whatever I'm gonna say, don't fuck with a narcissist, make sure that you are at all times doing things that sow good seeds so you don't get screwed. And so it's like he had to make a decision. This is a decision that Nate has already made. Do I make a decision where I come out with information that does relate to both Shane and Jeffree, or do I go ahead and don't bite the hand that feeds, don't mess with the narcissist, and try to stay above grade on this? And he's already made a decision here about what he's hoping to do in this situation. There we go again. I wanted to pull an overall card for this whole making a decision, and here we go. This is the card I get for Nate all the time, and it's in the reverse position. In the reverse position, trying to deal with this. He feels insecure here. He doesn't feel like he's in a strong place with this. He feels like this is a lot bigger than him, a lot bigger than anything that he would want to really get involved in, and that this is just something that's too much for him. He doesn't feel like he's got the high ground in this. This is like, I've got a lot of decisions here. I've got a lot of choices I can make. If I make any of these choices, good, it might work out for me. If I make this choice, look, there's a snake in this cup ready to bite. So it's kind of like, you know, I don't know what to do. I'm overwhelmed by this. I want to stay out of it. There's so many options of things that I could do. I'm trying to consider my options here, but I got to be careful in what I choose, because I could choose something that bites back. And I don't want to do that. So he's stuck in a hard place with this. Yeah, hangman upright. This is like, you know, I just want to let go, man. I don't know. I want to let go. Like, it is not an ideal situation for me to get drug into anything. So just like we've seen in these past reads, Nate's not going to get involved unless something happens where he literally absolutely just doesn't have any choice anymore, where it's basically pressured into it some sort of way, whether that's legal pressure or blackmail pressure, bribe pressure, whatever. He himself does not want to get into this and put anything in the mix. All alleged. So I'm just saying that is what I have consistently seen from the cards about Nate. I have consistently seen that. Let me Okay, here we go. Every time I'm like, I'm just going to pull one more card, but there's always some more stuff coming on it that's like, oh my lord. Okay, so this card, again, for better or worse, this has been one of our James Charles cards throughout this whole process. This card is talking about the family again. This card is talking about I have receipts that don't look good. And by I have receipts that don't look good, I mean that Nate knows of some sort of proof that doesn't look good in all of this. And my sense is that this proof, I would say this proof would be about James Charles, but he's in the upright position, and then later on we have, so hold on a minute. Let's not even label who he has information on that doesn't look good. Let's not label that just yet, because let's look at this for more. There's somebody here that's being real sneaky and shady about this information that's known. So some kind of information that makes somebody look bad. Somebody is being real shady and sneaky about this information. This information is about relationships. And again, relationships can be platonic, relationships can be romantic, relationships can be casual relationships and informal relationships, or they can be formalized relationships. So when I say relationships, keep your radar open for all different types here. But this is information about some sort of relationships. This is who it doesn't look good for. Some King of Pentacles. So some guy that I wouldn't say he's old, but I wouldn't say he's young either. So I don't know, probably somewhere in the late 20s, early 30s or so. Some guy who probably has a good bit of money, at least decently well off, you know, comfortably living. This doesn't look good for him. So don't know exactly who that is. It's possible that this person is an earth sign person, but it doesn't have to be. So he's got something that doesn't look good for that person. Interesting. Just waiting to see how it goes. We get that a lot. Waiting to see how it goes. Hoping things will end. See, that when we get the World card like this, and we have several times in this, it's like I'm wanting this to be over with. Like, people, you think that we're done? You know, a lot of us are like, I'm so over this situation. I'm so done with it. Like, whatever. I'm tired of hearing about it. You think we're done? Think about the people who are in this, especially people who are in this that have stuff held over them some kind of way, or fear of something releasing some kind of way. They're over this, and they're trying to figure out behind the scenes how to make this done. So that's what this card is. Somebody doing some sneaky sus type stuff, trying to make it done. So I don't know what kind of thing people are doing, what kind of CYA people are doing behind the scenes trying to make things done, but they're trying to make things done. And there is something that is connecting Nate to both Jeffree and Shane still. I don't know if that's finances, I don't know if that's contracts, but there's something still connecting him in that way, but he doesn't want to be in on this in terms of the limelight. Okay, so let's see here. What we got? Okay. Okay, I know you can't see him here. I'm going to put him back in there. Okay. So with this, it's kind of like Nate's looking out, trying to make some plans about what with his own life. Like, what do I do? Where do I go with this? You know, in some ways, how do I get out of the shadow of what I've been in? There is some sort of feelings around that. this is some kind of a contractual something. There is some sort of a contractual something that Nate is still tied to either Jeffree or one of Jeffree's companies or businesses, or tied to this situation. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's intact. He hasn't broken this. So there's some sort of an agreement made, whether it's an agreement, a contract, or whatever. There's something that he has in place that he hasn't broken. It's still in good standing, and he doesn't want to mess up with anything like that. So earlier, and again in an earlier reading, when I said that there are things that he can't talk about, right there, there are things that he just can't talk about. He's in a tough spot with this, y'all. He's in a tough spot, and anybody kind of demanding that he say something or speak out, like, if I were him, that would make me feel some type of way. So this is where things get interesting too. Some sort of a female involved surrounding either past heartbreak or surrounding his breakup with Jeffree, where he kind of shot himself in the foot there a little bit, screwed himself over there a little bit, and he's having to lay low from that. So again, in my reading about Nate and Jeffree's breakup, there was clearly a woman coming up in that, saying that there was some female that was getting in the way and that played a part, indirectly or directly, in their breakup. And here we go again. We're seeing her in here again, and because it's something that doesn't look good on Nate, he's laying low. So it's almost like, in some aspects, if he were to say certain things that he could say, he could be discredited so fast just by pulling out his skeletons. So it's kind of like, if he were to say the things that he's allowed to say, I get that there are things he's not allowed to say, but if he were to say some things that he is allowed to say, people would pull out so much garbage from his closet, so to speak, and make him look like such a bad person that nobody would care about what he was bringing to light, because all the focus and attention would shift onto him. And he would be under the microscope for scrutiny. So he's like, instead of that, laying low. I'm out of it. Don't want any part of it. This isn't my world anymore. This isn't my life anymore. Whatever. So that's interesting, and some of that information that would look bad has to do with that female, whoever that is. Somebody still got control over him. Legal still has some control. I'm telling y'all. See, this is one reason why I feel hesitant to do a reading on every single person that someone says to do it, or, overread a situation to death, because tarot will start to get repetitive and tell you the same stuff it's already told you, and that might be boring to y'all, and I would hate to bore you with repeats. So there's only so much you can go through every nitty-gritty situation before you get the pump the brakes. That's what this is. Yep, there's some control over him still, and it has to do with legal. So, once again, there are things that he can't say legally. There are things that he could come forward and say, but he doesn't want to, for many reasons. One of which being it would blow up in his face, and other reasons of which being like, I'm tired, I'm out of this, I just don't want any part of this, just leave me alone, that kind of stuff. I want this to be over with, that type of stuff. So I'm telling you, in order for Nate to speak out, he would have to be put into a situation where his hands are completely tied and there was no other choice in his mind other than speaking. So if he were to ever speak, then just know it's under some major pressure and major duress, allegedly, if he were to actually speak. Because otherwise, he's content to lay low. That's what I'm seeing. That is what I'm seeing on this. Alright, let me look a little bit more on this. I swear. Okay. So, here we go. This is sometimes our Tati card. We're getting can't really move forward with something. You know, having a hard time getting a grip on the right path with something. Feeling like, what's that, like a lack mentality, like I don't have enough this, I don't have enough that, I don't have enough help, I don't know if I can, I don't whatever, feel like, I'm going to get beat down to a point that I can't get back up. This is going to affect home and family, I'm going to lose so much money and stuff like that. It would be an effort in futility to try to step up and do or say anything. Boom, here we go again. The King of Cups, another card that sometimes talks about Jeffree Star. So here we go again. There's stuff as it relates to even Tati that he knows. But once again, the same reasons that we're seeing in a lot of these other things about why he doesn't want to come forward with that or / can't, one way or the other. Interesting. Hold on. Let me just see. Doop. Okay. Yep. Alright, so here we go. This is talking about some sort of event that either has already happened or is still yet to happen. Not quite clear on that just yet, but it was basically kind of a destined to happen, like how could this event be avoided? It was bound to happen kind of thing. With this, it was something that brought 3 people into a bad light, had to do with emotionality, people having to make some sort of apologies even. With this card is sometimes referring to Tati as well. We're going to take it as that since it seems to be her already earlier on in this pile. So this is something that kind of makes it look like either she was in a disadvantaged position or in a bad position. And here again we have the card about her leaving. And I've been getting cards about Tati leaving some form of her career / business / YouTube / something for months now. Because I did a reading on Tati with this back when it had been 2 weeks since people had heard from her, and that was months ago. So I've been getting the same thing since then on that. Yep, there's a lot going on right now because of people who are hung up on pride. So again, there's a lot going on right now. Decisions are being made. I'm just going to say this because I've seen this in so many of these Dramageddon readings. And this is why people have trust issues with these people. And they don't know who to believe and they don't know who's telling the truth, because I'm telling you, there are 2 types of not being honest here that we keep seeing here with this card and with all the other readings. 2 types. 1, I can't be honest because legally I'm not allowed to. 2, I can't be honest because then my pride will be hurt. People will know what I've done and they'll see my bad deeds and I don't want to get embarrassed. So that's why the truth can't come out. Y'all want the truth in this? You want the truth in all of these situations to just come out? We'll tell people to either lay off on the lawyers so that people can frickin' speak, or tell them, how about you just come up here and be honest even if it's going to look bad for you. Just be honest even if you're going to you know, show that you're not completely innocent and pure in this, fuck your pride, say something. And that's the thing. Those are the two reasons that I've been seeing across all of these readings of why people aren't coming forward. The two most prevalent reasons. And that says a lot about the culture here on YouTube, does it not? And in the beauty community, does that not say a lot about the people that we look up to and follow? So let's think about that. Let's actually think about that. Yeah, people okay. Again, if people are hasty with coming forward with information, boom, they're gonna lose out. They're too hasty in coming forward without any kind of things to prepare and make and cushion them. They're gonna lose out. They're gonna lose money. They're gonna lose status. They're gonna lose, you know, whatever it is that they feel like they have that's built up that keeps them abundant and comfortable in life. They're gonna lose that, and they don't want to lose that. And that's just what keeps coming up. That keeps coming up. I'm telling you. Down here, this last little bit, this was here before we pulled all this other kind of clarification. And this is saying that Nate is trying to get on his right path. Whatever the right path for him in this life looks like, he's trying to get in on that. The Hermit card in reverse here is talking about, like, when I say he wants to, like, lay low, I mean this is the most intense version of laying low absolutely possible. With this, with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, he's trying to get his ducks in a row and make sure he's got his own stuff set and tight and safe and everything's fine. Death card upright, let's see what that's gonna go. Transition. So Death card upright. And again, I talked about the Death card upright in a previous reading about, you know, some other kind of ways of looking at it and what we should be thinking and feeling and being sensitive to around that. So that was in my James Charles reading, I believe, if you want to go check that out. But this here is talking about him making a transition in his life, and he's trying to make a transition for the better. And it looks like he's gonna be successful. And the thing is, people will be like, transition for the better? What? He was a multi-millionaire and now he's what? Nobody knows about him and nobody would. So you talking about things are only better if people are multi-millionaires and in the limelight? Like, so here we go again. That is up to people's definition of what is a better life. Some people say a better life would be to be rich and famous and, you know, everybody knows me and I've got access to all the money in the world. And some people would say, no, having privacy and anonymity and peace of mind and close, real relationships is better. And so it depends on who you ask. And it looks like what he's trying to do is just trying to get to the other side. With that Tower card, y'all, that King of Wands, that Tower card, the Ten of Wands, and that Tower card's in the upright position, it's possible something could still backfire on old Nate. I'm going to say poor Nate. Don't know if it's poor Nate or not. Don't know if he deserves anything that would be coming his way or not. Can't, you know, I can't be the one to say that. I'm not passing that kind of judgment. But what I am saying is he better watch out for some guy, some ambitious guy, because it is possible that some ambitious guy doesn't have the best intentions about Nate and would try to mess up kind of the things that he has going to where he feels like this isn't worth it. And I'm seeing lies. I'm seeing a situation being out of balance and out of control and bad timing. I'm seeing him having to kind of feel like he's defending himself, feeling like he's got to move his position some type of way to kind of get to a place where things are more smoothed out. Yeah, feeling kind of bummed out about what he's lost, wanting to walk away from conflict. So I don't know if this is going to happen publicly because, again, remember this card with the Moon card upright, talking about there are things that are very much going on and known and everything, but in the background that he doesn't really want to have to talk about and bring to light. So who knows if this right here is going to be hidden or made public, but there's somebody that Nate does need to look out for, watch out for. You know, some ambitious dude that could create problems for him and kind of make it difficult for him to kind of move on with his life, set up some situations where he feels like he has to kind of go back to the past in a way and revisit some things that come back to bite him in the ass. Like there are some things here that are risky for him with this, as it relates to commitment and as it relates to not playing well in the sandbox with others, not being able to move forward because of this. Yeah, so I don't know who that guy is, if that would become public or not, but oh, Nate, just watch out for anybody that you feel like is shifty, untrustworthy. Watch out for somebody that you feel like could bring stuff up that you're going to have to deal with or make your life difficult to really move forward. It seems like there's probably a lot going on with Nate behind the scenes. I do not envy him in this situation. That sucks. Y'all, that's what I'm seeing. That's what's come up right now. Let me know what you think about some of these situations that you've seen, some of the stuff that we've talked on here. What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? Like I said, this kind of matches the same things that have come up about Nate in previous readings, so I'm not entirely shocked to see a lot of this, although I feel bad for him here with that little pile. So yeah, I don't know. You let me know. And subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I intend to do videos that are not Karmageddon related in the near future. But I'm just trying to do some of the things that have been asked. I reserve the right to do what I would like to do on here, whether it's asked or not. Or to refuse an ask as well. But so far, so good. You know, I understand your questions, and I want to be able to help with that if I can. But anybody wanting a private reading, just email me here at beestalksandtarot@gmail.com. We can hook you up with a private reading. And then, of course, please come back and see me. Don't be a stranger, okay? I hope to see you again here. I like seeing some of the same names and thumbnails down as I'm typing to y'all in the comments. That makes my day. So keep coming back and see me, and I reckon I'll talk at y'all later. Okay, bye.